welcome back to my channel. So you read the title, yous already knows what I'm about to talk about, and that is my disaster prom. It was a complete disaster. It was a nightmare. It was literally a nightmare, and I do not wish anyone to have a prom like I did, not even my worst enemy. It was something that you would see happening in like a movie, you know what I mean, like in a sad movie, like where everything goes wrong. That's how my prom went, exactly like that. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm looking back, I just want to laugh because it was that bad. Like it was bad. I'm gonna go straight into the story. So like I always say, grab your popcorn, girl. Grab it, grab it. You guys have been tweeting at me and like commenting on my Instagram telling me how you always go and actually make popcorn. But this time, I'm telling you right now, have your popcorn ready. We'll wait for you. Pause the video and we're gonna wait for you until you make it. Okay, did you get your popcorn? Awesome. So anyway, now that you have your popcorn or you have some sort of snack, let's go straight into the story. So this story takes place obviously during my prom, and this was 3 years ago when I was in high school. Obviously, that's when prom is. Well, first things first, I'm gonna break this down for you guys. I did not have an amazing promposal. It was actually pretty sad. It was just like, hey, you wanna go to prom? I'm like, sure, like let's go to prom together. Back in the day, promposals, and even now, promposals are like bigger than wedding engagements. Like people go absolutely crazy, like they pop out of boxes, they like write it on cards and they say, would you go to prom with me, and this and that and that. I'm sure you guys have seen it all over Twitter and Instagram. But yeah, Milana didn't get that. No, she did not. She just like, the guy just came up to me, he's like, let's go to prom together. I'm like, sure. No, that's not a big deal, but I just wanted to squeeze it into the story time because that should have rang a bell towards like the prom date that I went with, because he was just a disaster himself. So anyway, it was prom date. My best friend came over to my house and I remember it so clearly. Like she came over, we started doing our makeup. Makeup was all right. Originally, I wanted to book my hair and makeup because, you know, it's prom. You want to look like it's your wedding day. I don't know, that just did not happen. I wanted to book it the last minute, but everything was already booked because, you know, people book in advance like normal people do, but Milana obviously doesn't. Do my winged eyeliner and that's it. That's all I do. And that's pretty much what I did for my prom. But then I decided to, you know, step out of my comfort zone and I wanted to curl my hair because I wanted to be like a little bit special, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Back then, like you guys know me, even now, like I only have my hair straight. So back then it was even worse. Like I've never curled my hair. So I decided to, you know, test it out the day of my prom. And that was a bad idea, obviously, because my hair turned out a complete disaster. It was just so bad. I will insert pictures. Maybe in pictures it's not gonna look as bad as it was in real life, but girl, it was really bad. So anyway, now that my hair is a disaster, we make our way, you know, I put on my prom dress, whatever, we make our way to prom. Before going to our actual prom, like the banquet hall, it was like a tradition to go to this park to take these beautiful pictures with your prom date, and it's like a very beautiful park. Everyone goes there the day of prom. And once we got there, like a bunch of our friends came up, we took pictures with them, and I'm like, you know, this is great, this is awesome. And then my best friend, you know, she met up with her boyfriend, and here I am standing all like, where's my prom date? Where are you at? Where are you at? So I'm looking, I'm like, where is this guy? And nowhere to be seen. I was even late and he was still not there. So I'm like, where are you? You're being so rude. First I text him, he's not replying to me. So I'm like, am I getting ditched on prom? Is this what's gonna go down? Like, no, honey, I'm not gonna get ditched on prom. I call this guy up and I'm like, where are you? It's our prom date. You know, we talked about meeting here on time and you're not on time. And usually I'm the one who's late. This is what this guy says. He says, I just got home. I'm getting ready. And mind you, he lived so far away. I knew that it's gonna take him at least an hour to get to my location where I'm at. And by the time he gets here, everyone's gonna go to the banquet hall. So I'm like spazzing at him, like, are you serious? Like, are you serious? Like, is this really happening? Are you seriously like still at home? He's like, yeah, like I just got home. I didn't even start getting ready. I still need to shower and stuff like that. I'm like, I was like, okay, Goodbye. Goodbye. I was standing there, I'm like, you know what, Milana, like, just because he's not here doesn't mean like you can't take nice pictures by yourself. Narcissist, but whatever. I think that was a good idea, but it wasn't, because, you know, first I started taking pictures with my mom, then with my brother, and then I actually hired I hired this guy from our school to take nice pictures of us because he had like a nice camera, and I called him, I'm like, I'll pay you like $100 for nice pictures. He's like, okay. He showed up and he's like, okay, let's start taking pictures. And here I am without my prom date. All of my friends are with their boyfriends, their girlfriends are coupled up with their prom dates, and there I am just standing there in my beautiful dress by myself, and it was just so sad. Like, everyone was with a date but your girl Milana. Like, it was pretty upsetting. I will insert pictures. I will insert these pictures. Literally, all of my friends are with dates, like boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, and I'm like in the middle by myself. All by myself. Don't wanna be. Oh. It was the worst day ever because, like, literally I look like that girl without a prom date, and there's no problem with being that girl on prom by herself or going with her best friend, but it was just so upsetting that I did have a prom date and I was just standing there in the middle of all these couples by myself. And that was like the one thing that made this prom a disaster, is that I didn't even get to, well, now that I think about it, I'm so happy that I don't have these like cute pictures with this guy, because like they would be somewhere in a drawer where I'm not, like, I wouldn't be looking at them, because like he's completely out of my life. I wouldn't even look back on them thinking, oh, that was a good prom. Like, you know what I mean? So here we are, like, taking pictures. I'm trying to look cute. I'm like joining in with couples, like trying to like not look so out of it, but I was out of it. This is where it gets really bad. So once the photographer left, we were still like in the park and like whatever. My best friend like disappeared somewhere, and I was just with my mom and my brother, and we're talking about my prom date not being there on time, and out of nowhere, out of completely nowhere, like literally out of nowhere, can you just, you know those days when it's like sunny, but then out of nowhere it starts to like rain, like pouring rain. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? If you live in Canada, you probably know what I'm talking about, but it was such a beautiful day, maybe a couple of clouds, and out of nowhere, it starts to pour, like pour, not even like drizzle, like literally pour. You know, there's Milana standing, trying to figure out where the hell her date is at, and then, you know, I end up being soaking wet. Like, my prom dress is literally like hanging off of me because it's so wet, and my hair is now, you thought it was a disaster before, but it turned into like a complete nightmare. And then my makeup was like all over my face. Mom and I and my brother, we ran to the car, and it's like pouring rain, no umbrella, no nothing. At that point, I was like, Mom, I don't want to go to prom, like, let's go. Like, I don't want to go to the banquet, I don't want to go anywhere, I just want to go home. It was just so like sad, and my mom was like, no, like, you have to go, like, go have fun. I'm like, Mom, my dress, it's like soaking wet, like, I'm not gonna go anywhere. Anyway, so while I was in the car, I kind of like cleaned off my makeup, I kind of like shook off my hair. It turned into this like wavy disaster, but I'm like, oh, this looks like a beachy curl, it's okay, I look cute, but I didn't actually look cute. The rain stops, and my friends started like calling me, and she's like, where are you? We're already in the limo, let's go, everyone's leaving. And I'm like, Mom, I don't want to go, I look so bad, and like, ugh, my date isn't here. So my mom's like, no, just go, it's fine. And my date calls me, he's like, I'm in the limo already. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm in the limo, we're all waiting for you. I'm like, wow, like, are you really like getting pissed off at me right now? Like, what I just lived through? Girl, like, I'm about to murder your ass. And it just like, it put me in such bad mood, because first of all, I hired a freaking photographer to have these nice pictures done with my date. That didn't happen. I wanted to look cute. That didn't happen, and my dress got ruined. So my mom's like, no, go. Like, you already paid so much money for the actual prom. Just go, have fun. So anyway, I made my way to the limo. Oh, know, and it was really weird because like all of my friends were dry. I was completely soaked, but somehow all my friends were dry. I think the cloud just went on me, to be honest. And then we made our way to the banquet. The whole time I was there, I was just thinking about how bad I look, how badly I didn't want to be there. And overall, like prom, it was just like my grade 8 grad was better than prom. Because like I feel like everyone has these like expectations for prom, like it's like the best night of your life because of all these movies, the social media, like everything combined. I'm gonna break it to you guys right now, they're not gonna be met. Like your expectations are not gonna happen. Like it's just not it's just not gonna happen, girl. And you know, your girl Milana got rained on, she got stood up, and it was just an awful prom. I feel like if my prom went smoothly, I wouldn't remember it as well. But I feel like prom, like yes, it's a waste of time, and yes, it's not gonna be like in movies or social media, but you have to experience it. Like if you have prom this year and you're thinking of not going, just go. Like just look at me, like look at me right now, girl, just look at me. You know, I had one of the worst proms ever and I still don't regret going because it's like one of those things that happen once in a lifetime and it's like a milestone in a way. So just go, have fun, and you're not gonna regret it. Go with your best friend. You don't have to go with a date, or be like me, be a single girl. Even though I had a prom date, just go by yourself. Because you will have fun. Like I don't regret going. So yeah, that was my disaster prom story. I really hope you guys got a good laugh out of it, and I just want to wish you guys to have a really good prom. I know it's prom season for some of you, so don't be like me. Get your dress, get it tailored, get your shoes, get everything ready, and have an umbrella. That's the moral of the story for today's story time. Just have an umbrella. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! Mwah.